Welcome viewers. Today we will be discussing one more article from the Hindu dated 14th May 2021. And let me share with you the vocabulary of the same article prior to we start discussing the article itself. So unfettered, limitless, not limited in any way. Confront something. It means to deal with some difficult situation or a problem. Face up. Impediment, it's a kind of hindrance, something that delays or stops the progress of something. Obstacle, we can call it. Prevent, to stop something from happening, taking place, or being effective. Amplify, it means to increase something in strength, especially the sound. Aggravate, to make an illness or bad situation or unpleasant situation worse. किसी सिचुएशन को, किसी बैड सिचुएशन को और ज्यादा खराब कर देना, that is aggravate. For example, the infection in my eye has aggravated, that has become more worse. Yield, total amount of crops, profit, results, etc. Result in. Yield means to result in, that are produced, the total amount of crops, profit, etc. that are produced. Align, the popular meaning of align, that is of our concern, is to publicly support an organization, a set of opinions, or a person that you agree. That is to align. Sell, to decide not to continue with a plan either for a short time or permanently. Allocate, earmark, to give something officially to somebody, something for a particular purpose. So this is the vocabulary for the article that we are going to share today. And now let me share with you the article which we are going to read today in this video. We would go line by line so that we get an idea about the close critical reading. Reforming medical education. So see, some of you might be preparing for NEET and all these exams as you aspire to be a doctor. So even if you are not aspiring to be a doctor, health and education, these are the two topics which are, buzzing everywhere these days, because these are the crucial ones. And if you observe in the Hindu, most of the articles are on education and health sector, primarily because of the outbreak of this pandemic. So education as a whole needs several reforms in our country, and we are going to be specific in this video about reforming medical education. An unfettered market approach, free market approach, is not the answer to the health workforce crisis. So we do have a health workforce crisis, and making it a market, free market, or converting health sector into a free market would not be the answer to the crisis. So we need to bring about some reforms in the medical education. And here we start the discussion. India's health system, let me increase the size of it so that it is easily visible to you. India's health systems have been confronting numerous challenges. ये सही बात है कि हमारे हेल्थ सेक्टर में बहुत सारे challenges हैं In order to effectively address these challenges, our health system must be strengthened. और उसके लिए जरूरी है कि हम अपने हेल्थ सिस्टम को स्ट्रेंथन करें, उसको ताकतवर बनाएं. One of the critical building blocks of the health system is human resource. ये अच्छा एक्सप्रेशन है यहाँ पे. Critical building blocks of, you can take it. तो इसको फिर आप अपने तरीके से यूज कर सकते हैं. आओ तक ले लें. ट्रांसफॉर्मेटिव जनरेटिव ग्रामर के बारे में मैंने मेरी पिछली वीडियोस में भी बताया कि किस प्रकार से आप सेंटेंसेस को अच्छे से कंपोज कर सकते हैं. आपकी राइटिंग स्किल्स को डेवलप करने के लिए जरूरी है कि जो भी आर्टिकल आप पढ़ें उसमें से कुछ फ्रेजेस को लेते चलें, वर्ड कॉम्बिनेशंस को लेते चलें. अकेले आपकी जो वोकैबुलरी है उससे आपकी राइटिंग स्किल्स सही नहीं होती हैं, बल्कि आपको फ्रेजेस और वर्ड कॉम्बिनेशंस पे भी फोकस करना होता है. सो क्रिटिकल बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक्स आर डैश डैश डैश. According to your requirement, according to your context, you can fill into that. Critical building blocks of here is health system. You can think of other systems as well. Critical building blocks of education system, critical building blocks of infrastructure. You can fill in. That is the technique of transforming a sentence by replacing certain part of it. So critical building blocks of the health system is human resources. The serious shortage of our health workers, especially doctors, in some northern states is a major impediment for achieving the health-related sustainable development goals. So North India और South India का अगर हम बात करें तो there is a difference between the medical facilities, and one of the reasons is here in North India the number of doctors is very lesser in comparison to the proper proportion in which the number should be there. Health workers are critical not just for the functioning of health system but also for the preparedness of health system in preventing, detecting and responding to threats posed by diseases such as COVID-19. Health workers health system को चलाने के लिए बहुत महत्वपूर्ण नहीं है, बल्कि जो बहुत सारे challenges पैदा हुए हैं हेल्थ सिस्टम को, लोगों की हेल्थ को कोविड-19 की वजह से, उनको रोकने के लिए भी हेल्थ वर्कर्स की जरूरत है. If urgent action is not taken, the shortage will amplify and health system will get further weaker. और अगर समय रहते सही कदम नहीं उठाए गए, रिक्वायर्ड स्टेप्स नहीं लिए गए, तो सिचुएशन और बदतर हो जाएगी. The workforce crisis has been aggravated by the imbalances within the country. For instance, the doctor population ratio in northern states is far short of the required norm, while the southern states, barring Telangana, have enough doctors in possession. There is also a general lack of adequate staffing in rural areas. Shutting out the poor. These health system challenges will remain largely unaddressed with the government's market-oriented approach towards medical education. There is no denying that in order to meet the significant shortfall of qualified doctors in northern states, scale up of medical education is warranted. However, certain proposals such as the Niti Ayog's proposal of allowing private entities to take over district hospitals for converting them into teaching hospitals with at least 150 MBBS seats may sound attractive, but there are reasons to be deeply concerned. Though the implementation of such a policy, the private sector in medical education will be encouraged. It will also directly aid the corporatization process of healthcare provisioning, while the under resourced public health system will be collateral damage. District hospitals are considered as the last resort for the poor. This will change. Certainly it's bound to change. अगर वो डिस्ट्रिक्ट हॉस्पिटल्स जो एक आम आदमी का आखिरी रिजोर्ट है, आम आदमी की आखिरी उम्मीद होती है, तो अगर उसी को प्राइवेट कॉलेजेस में, मेडिकल कॉलेजेस में कन्वर्ट कर दिया जाता है, तो दैट विल चेंज, द एंटायर सेटअप विल चेंज. This will change. The corporatization will make the services very costly and exclude them from getting care. Once medical education becomes costly, medical services are going to be very, medical services would be available at exorbitant charges, exorbitant rates. So that's why it is necessary to keep medical education cheaper. That's why people would be getting it without spending too much. And if you earn a degree, spending so much on it, certainly you desire to earn more, and that impacts health sector adversely, particularly it impacts very adversely on the poor, the people coming from humble economic backgrounds and the most vulnerable ones. Even from the perspective of producing more doctors to meet the shortages in underserved areas, this is unlikely to yield the desired results. So private players treat medical education as a business. So this is the general notion as well. If we remove the prefix medical, even then it's true. Thus, it would shut the door on a large number of medical aspirants who would otherwise have a strong motivation to work in rural areas, but do not have the means to finance themselves. Additionally, the medical graduates trained in such private sector managed medical colleges will prefer to find employment in corporate hospitals and not in rural areas to regain their investment. So I have already said it, they have invested into it while getting a medical degree or while getting MBBS or at a very heavy rate, then you make it a kind of a business investment. You have invested so much and now you want to earn more in return to that investment. Therefore, the medical graduates from these private managed medical colleges would prefer to get job opportunities in corporate hospitals instead of working in the rural areas. ग्रामीण क्षेत्र में काम करने की बजाय मोटा भारी भरकम इन्वेस्टमेंट करके जो डॉक्टर बनेगा वो कॉर्पोरेट हॉस्पिटल में काम करने की सोचेगा, और उससे फिर जो मोस्ट वेलनरेबल सेक्शन है, इकोनॉमिकली वेलनरेबल सेक्शन है सोसाइटी का, that would be deprived of their right to good health services. Further, this proposal is not aligned with India's national health policy goals like achieving universal health care and health equity. Instead, it will widen health inequalities further. भारत का जो राष्ट्रीय हेल्थ गोल है, नेशनल हेल्थ पॉलिसी के जो गोल्स हैं, यूनिवर्सल हेल्थ केयर और हेल्थ इक्वालिटी, इस सभी हेल्थ इक्वालिटी और यूनिवर्सल हेल्थ केयर, ये दो गोल्स पूरे नहीं हो पाएंगे अगर सारा सिस्टम इस पर चलता है, तो नहीं हो पाएगा. Instead, it will widen health inequalities further. So digital inequalities we have, economic inequalities we have. At the root is the economical inequality that breeds further inequalities. So instead, it will widen health inequalities further. Solving doctors' shortage, therefore, needs long-term thinking and commitment from the political leadership. The government should learn from previous cases of public-private partnership, PPPs, in the past. Contrary to the expectations that markets would help increasing access to primary and tertiary care for the poor through private players, the evidence supporting their effectiveness is very limited. In fact, many PPPs had to be sold owing to non-compliance of the agreement conditions by the private sector, under which they were also supposed to cater to the non-paying patients. इसलिए जरूरी है कि गवर्नमेंट्स के जो पास्ट एक्सपीरियंसेस हैं पीपीपीज के साथ में उनको भी ध्यान में रखा जाए. देयर हैव बीन केसेस वेयर प्राइवेट प्लेयर्स हैव नॉट बीन वर्किंग इन कंप्लायंस टू द conditions of the agreements. A public good. Certainly, health education is a public good. It's a public property, and therefore it should remain as a public property. An unfettered market approach or a regulated market with medical colleges that are publicly funded but privately operated, providing competition for traditional government medical colleges, is not the answer to the health workforce crisis. Medical education is a public good. Medical education is a public good as its purpose is to improve the population health and decrease disease burden. Disease burden को कम करना और लोगों के पॉपुलेशन की हेल्थ को इम्प्रूव करना, ये मकसद है मेडिकल एजुकेशन का, और ये एक पब्लिक गुड है. इट्स अ पब्लिक एसेट, इट्स अ पब्लिक प्रॉपर्टी. It should not be in the hands of the private players. The pandemic has provided us an opportunity to make medical education a public good once again. There should be a substantial setup in public investment in medical education. By establishing new medical colleges, the government can increase student intake as well as enhance equitable access to medical education. Besides, it must allocate adequate financial resources to strengthen overall capacity of existing medical colleges to enrich student learning and improvement output. So the government must promote medical education through its own initiatives by increasing the intake of the students in medical colleges and government medical colleges. Requires lot many funds for the robust academic logistics to be built there, and even the existing colleges may be given good or sufficient funding for their own growth. So these are some of the suggestions or insights for reforming medical education in our country. I hope you have watched the video and you would be making the most of it. Thank you.